guys, so we are just on the way to Cuba's now. We're going to do an in-person check-in. It's day 2, well technically day 3, so I've had 2 days of eating more food. I'm about a kilo up, so I'm 54.4 today, so I doubt that, you know, food's going to go up from here, to be honest. I'm actually training upper body today, so yesterday was a rest day, so I had that extra food on a rest day, which, yeah, like, it goes a long way. It's nice, I'll put it that way, but, you know, I'm not going to stress about scale weight being up at the end of the day. Like, I'm fuller, the scale weight is going to be up, so don't have to worry about that. And I'm just literally just going to go through the week and just do what I'm told, and I'll also take you through a full day of eating as well, just so you can see what peak week food looks like, because everyone loves a full day of eating and I've been asked a couple of times already, so I'll be doing that. So that is check-in and a walk complete. I'm now back. My cream rice is in the air fryer, so I'm going to show that to you now. Unfortunately, I did actually eat my strawberries because I totally forgot that I was filming a full day of eating, but they're there in spirit, so I'll show you anyway. We are going to run the same food today, before we'll most likely start to pull back a little bit towards the back end of the week as the show approaches, but for now, same food, and we'll get stuck in. So here is meal 1, which is 50 grams of cream of rice in the air fryer, 20 grams of almond butter, which is, oh, just beautiful, 25 grams of whey isolate. This is my normal cookies and cream mutant iso surge, and then I did also have 100 grams of berries here, but like I said, I did actually eat them, so there it's there. So this is going to go down really well now. The almond butter seriously does make the meal. It's crazy how far a few fats go, but yeah, I will see you at meal 2. So this is literally what I've just been hanging around in all morning because I'm fucking freezing. We actually got to Cuba's half an hour too early this morning because we didn't realise that we had to be there at 6:30 instead of 6. So we decided to go on a walk, and all I was wearing was like a jumper with my bikini underneath and shorts and like no socks. So we went on a walk. I was really cold, and I just feel like, you know, that feeling that you can't get the chill out of your bones like all day. So this has been the attire, which, I do say so myself, has been wonderful, but I'm literally just making up meal 2 now, and then I'm actually going to do a little bit of a walk after meal 2 just because food's a bit higher. So I was previously walking before my meals, but now I'm actually going to walk after my meals because I think it really does help with digestion, so I'm going to shift that little walk to after. I don't have a lot of steps to do, only 10k, and I've already done like 4.5k already, so just a couple of small walks post meals would probably be absolutely perfect before I then head to train upper this afternoon. And Cuba actually wants to see me and Mark after a few meals and some water as well, so we'll either go before training or I'll go after training, not too sure yet, we'll see. I've also just cooked up some chicken and then washed it with a spatula for about 5 minutes to get it to almost like be like shredded chicken, because that's amazing. So here we have meal 2 of the peak week menu for the moment anyway, but we have 50 grams of jasmine rice, 100 grams of 5% mince, 100 grams of veg, and 100 grams of strawberries, which this time I didn't eat ahead of me actually trying to film it, so that's always good. But honestly, there is no meal quite like mince and rice, I feel sometimes, because it just doesn't need any sauce, it's just understated. I just have salt and some aromat on this, and it just goes down perfectly. Like, sauce would just ruin it, I feel. But I'm also trying to be a little bit more aware, like, not that I don't keep track of my water, but be a little bit more aware of exactly how much water I'm getting in. So I'm literally just getting a couple of these, just making sure I'm filling them up repeatedly, and then just counting how many I have. So I'm doing that as well. So I'm going to get this down now, and I will see you for meal 3 once I've done my walk, and keep you updated. So good. Right, so back in the hot seat for meal 3, which is my pre-workout meal. So I have 100 grams of cream of rice with 20 grams of dark chocolate. Great. And then I have 150 grams of berries and 25 grams of whey. And I'm going to show you my post-workout as well, because I'll be at the gym when I eat this. But this is 100 grams of cream of rice, 100 grams of blueberries, which is standard. And then I also have 100 grams of banana, which is unreal with a caramel biscuit cream of rice. It's been a while since I've had banana, actually. And then with that, I have 30 grams of whey isolate, so I'll have that at the gym post upper. I'm gonna get this down now, do maybe like a quick 5-minute walk, and then head off to Cuba's for a midday check-in, just to see how I'm looking. So I'll update you once I've done all of that. So yeah, look at that dark chocolate. Beautiful. Also forgot to mention that for upper body, I had 10 grams of cyclic dextrin intra-workout as well. All right, good evening, guys. It's now 5:45. I've had a shower, trained upper body. It actually went really well. Well, it went well. I would say the extra carbs go a long way in terms of getting a decent pump. However, obviously, I've got more food. I've had more food for the past few days, but I still feel pretty fucked. So doesn't really make that much of a difference there, because if you're lean, you're just going to feel like you're lean, regardless as to how much food you have. But pretty happy with the session anyway. I have already gone a little bit over my steps, which is not ideal. They're like 11k already, and it's still got the rest of the evening to go through. But I will literally I've actually got my last meal all weighed out and ready for later, but I'm going to have my meal 5 in a second. Like I said, I had my cream of rice at the gym, and then I come home and then I make my meal 5, which is a very standard bodybuilding meal. So I'll show you that in a second. So this is meal 5, which is 50 grams of rice, 100 grams of chicken, and then 100 grams of green beans. I'm actually going to throw on some of this G. Hughes sugar-free teriyaki sauce, which Cuba got us. It's absolutely unreal. I don't think you can actually get it here. Well, you can, but it's like 15 quid or something ridiculous. And there we go. So sauces wise, I don't really cut any sauces out. Everything that I've been having all prep, I just keep in during peak week, just because I know that they digest well, they agree with me. There's not really any reason to be cutting these things out, unless obviously it causes you digestive upset and you can notice that. But yeah, everything kind of just stays very consistent throughout peak week for me. And here is the final meal of the day. It is almost 8 o'clock, and this is 175 grams of oats, 100 grams of berries, 20 grams of almond butter, which is just unbelievable on oats, and then 25 grams of whey iso. So that kind of closes off the full day of eating. I will eat this, enjoy it, and then I will pick the camera back up tomorrow. Right, guys, so it is that time of peak week. We have our Veet. It's the Tuesday, so obviously you kind of need to get rid of all the hair on your body before you get your tan, even if it's literally like the finest little blonde hairs. When you get your tan and you haven't removed that literally off of your arms, off of your stomach, off of your back, it kind of sits a little bit funny on the hair. So I definitely do recommend actually just getting Veet and just putting it all over your body, and make sure you do it a good few days before you're going to get your tan, because obviously it can cause a good bit of inflammation. You don't want to see like an adverse skin reaction and then your tan's just not going to sit well. So make sure that it's done it in advance, but we're just going to go through this now. I've just done Mark, so he's covered, and then he's going to jump in the shower, and then he's going to Veet me in a second. Okay, good morning, guys. It is the Wednesday. Checked in this morning, obviously after past few days of high food, and we're actually going to drop things down a little bit today. So carbs are coming down probably about half, and then the fats have actually come up a little bit. So we're just really just trying to hold this for the moment, because I'm practically where we need to be. Just need to wash off a little bit of that surface water, but feeling good. I dropped my water intake yesterday by a good 4 litres. Touch on the water thing quickly, because I don't think I actually mentioned this earlier on the vlog, but I tracked my water the day I filmed my full day of eating, and that was back on the Monday, I believe, and I actually ended up drinking 12 litres, which was more than what I anticipated. So obviously a lot of that water is going to add to stomach volume, which for a bodybuilder, especially in bikini, when your waist is so important and keeping that tight is so important, that is a lot of volume made up just with water alone. And I think a lot of why that was the case was just because I was trying to be satiated and full, because obviously that extra water volume goes a long way. But we decided to drop this a little bit the following days just because to reduce that extra bit of volume in my stomach leading up to the show. So what we'll probably do is I've done 8 litres I did 8 litres yesterday. My waist is a lot tighter today, and then we are doing 8 litres today, and probably tomorrow the same, and then Friday we'll probably do 6 litres, so a little bit less again, and then throughout show day we'll probably just sip and just not chug water, not restricted, but just not chug it, just to keep that midsection tight. For bikini, we don't really need to manipulate water much at all. It's literally just the fact that it's more so from a midsection control perspective and just making sure that it's as small as possible. That's where that water manipulation comes in a little bit more for us in particular. I feel like my midsection is a lot tighter. My digestion is actually better for it because I was sloughing a lot of water around my meals. So that's kind of made a big difference. Steps are the same. I'm not training today. I'm going to train glutes tomorrow, and then on Friday, day before the show, I'll do an upper pump session in the morning and some posing. We did hair removal last night, just some V, but I feel like it could have been a bit better, so I'm actually going to run over my arms and everything with a razor, and then we start tanning on Friday. Well, I start tanning on Friday. I think Mark might start today with first coats, or maybe tomorrow. So yeah, just out doing my steps at 7 o'clock. Gonna get 3k boxed off now. It's a rest day for me, and just head into a day of lower food, which I don't really mind. At the end of the day, like, we've got a job to do, and we know that food does need to get manipulated a good bit. So I think for the moment it's going to be, it's just going to see that lower food, actually see the midsection get a lot tighter. Again, like, I don't really need to be a whole lot fuller. We think that we might actually go with some high food again tomorrow and bring things up a touch, but we're just going to see where the look lands and go from there. So I will keep you updated. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday. We are 2 days out. I have run, obviously, that lower food yesterday, checked in this morning. We've definitely tightened up a little bit, so we're going to run the same today. I'm actually going to do my last training session today rather than tomorrow because I'm a little bit tired. So Kuba just said, actually just do a full body session, delts and glutes today, just kind of like to get the blood to the muscle, get some glycogen to the muscle, and then rest fully tomorrow, which is good because that means that I can actually get everything sorted, pack properly, get food ready, cook, and do my first coat of tan before we leave, because otherwise it was just going to be a huge rush. But what's actually happened since I last updated you? Oh, I got my nails done, which is always really nice, and I got my hair done as well. So it feels like it's now super short, but had to actually go back this morning because took checking pictures this morning and realised that it wasn't actually short enough. So last minute trip to Elegance Hair Design. Honestly, Lauren was phenomenal, so patient. I felt so bad for her because she goes on holiday tomorrow. She had to fit me in like last minute early before her clients to get it sorted, but it is a lot shorter. I reckon we probably took like 6 inches off of it, just so it doesn't like sit over my glutes. But yeah, happy with how everything's coming together. Excited to get that first coat of tan on. It's going to be a full-on next couple of days now, trying to get everything sorted and ready to go, specifically like food prep, making sure we've got everything ready. But I think that we've picked everything up that we need from the shop anyway, and now it's just going to be about last little bits and doing the do. So exciting times. Let's get after it. I think there will be a vlog over the weekend, so I'll try and get that out ASAP. If I don't see you till after the show, if you liked this video, please do me a favour, like, share, comment, subscribe. Helps me out a lot, and I'll see you on the other side.